Hi, all a very wonderful evening. Today we are going to discuss about IAM role, IAM user, and how to make the user to assume a role and perform certain actions like listing out a bucket. Okay. First, I'm going to create an IAM user. I'll name it as Aravind test. I'll create. I'm choosing the default options. I've created a user. My next step is to create a role. I'll click on create role. Here I have to choose custom trust policy. Here it is default assume role, and here I have to add a principal. Here I have to choose IAM user, and then here I have to add, give me a moment, this user's ARN. Okay, so this means this particular user Aravind test is going to assume role. Next, and here I have to click on policies. Policy is something like inline policy means if we want a particular action to be done on a particular bucket or a particular resource, then we have to define custom policy that is known as inline policy. I already have the policy generated. I'll be providing this in the description of this video. Here the action is to list the bucket, to get object, put object, delete object. Okay, and I'm clicking on next, giving a role name for STS assume role. Okay, I'm click on create role. See here the role is created. Now I'm navigating to user. I'll show you one thing. I'm going to for STS assume role, and here the policy is the bucket policy. This is the bucket policy. Okay, which I have copy pasted from here. Now I'm going to IAM user, and I'm going to add permission, create inline policy. Here I have to choose JSON, and here I have to choose STS, simple token service. Here assume role, and here I have to add a resource. That resource is role, and then here I have to give the ARN of the role that I created. Okay, click on add resource. So this is picked by default. Click on next, create policy. The specified value for policy name is it must contain. Okay, I have to click on policy name for STS policy. Okay, I have created a policy now. So what I have done, I have done two things. One is I first created a IAM user, just the user. After that, I went on roles and then I clicked on create role. I chose custom trust policy, and here I picked up STS assume role, and then added a principal. In this principal, we have to choose IAM user and I give the user's ARN. Okay, that's how I created this IAM role. Now, under IAM user, if you navigate the policy, It is the assume role policy. Okay, so I've created a IAM user, I've created a role, and then I am going to make this user to assume this role. That role is to list S3 bucket. Got it? Now I have certain things to do in the command line. Okay, here I have the set of commands. Prior to that, I'm going to create access key and secret key for this user. Navigate to security credentials, click on create access key, command line interface, click on next, check this box, click on next, tag value not necessary, download the CSV file. Just give me a moment. Done. Aravind test. Access key JXG. Allow me a minute. So I have this access key. We have to input certain commands in the command line. So for that, I need these credentials. This is the secret key. And here, profile.assume.role. This ARN should be the role of the ARN. The role of the ARN of the role. Okay. My bucket is in EU North 1. So I'm giving this region here. Prior to this, let's go to AWS. Let's go to command line and click on AWS S3 LS. Okay. We don't have permission. So now I have to import these things. Like I'm configuring the credentials. These are the predefined commands. I'll be pasting them in the description of the video. You can take it from there. This for SCS name can be any name, but it should be unique throughout the, but it should be present same throughout the following consecutive commands. So source I've given this as for STS. Here I'm giving duration of the session. as 3600 seconds. Okay, and now I am going to generate the token, generate the caller identity. This is the user ID, this is account, this is the ARN. It is giving me the details. And now if I give AWS S3 LS, it won't give me any details. But if I give the assumed role credentials, not credentials, details, like the profile is assumed, it is see, it is giving me the bucket name. From here, you can read the contents which is present in the buckets and do the job. The main idea behind this is for to access S3 bucket by an IAM user using STS assume role. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Now, if I give here as 40 seconds, and after that, if I generate this, see, invalid value for parameter duration value 40, valid minimum value is 900. Okay, so here, if I'll give as 900, got it? That's how we have to define the things. Okay, see here, first when the role got assumed and when I input the command, it gave me AWS STS get caller identity profile assumed. The user ID as 1786894455. But here 1786894585. See, the user ID changed. This is how using a temporary token you can access the S3 bucket in a secured manner. If you have any doubts, you can post it in the comments. Thank you.